Chaos 11-game win streak over 11,000 VC, and we're looking for 12 in a row here. So let's get it in. Down to 2003, huh? Okay.
I shout out and I didn't miss one friend. Fools get foolish, neither them or Parker Lewis Lewis. You can have cruiser shoes and cans of tours. Now call me Sir too, looking for her crew. Anything that this gets a curfew. I put on projects for boots, step through troops and leave proof. My problem solver name is Moot. I'm hitting woodies in a hoodie. Peace to Josette, Joe Bet, Jojo Janae in every hood, G. That's right, my fight is ill. Peace next to LONS and Quest, nice and smooth and Cypress Hill. I live in top of hip hop, this is hip hop of the day.
He's got an 8-game win streak. I got a fucking 11-game win streak. It's gonna be a battle. We're going for 12 in a row. Let's go. You better step up, Daniel.
The Spurs play before the hometown crowd here live in San Antonio, Texas. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Manu Ginobili.
And I know nothing fires him up more than a huge jam right in the face of an opponent. I mean, those facials get him going. Don't discount how that can deflate the defender and the other team, too.
Last outing for Minnesota, they won that game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big-time shots. He power surged that one down. Wow.
Good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
Wiggins kicks to T. Offensive rebound. Here's Towns. And Gasol sends it back.
Certainly not the dream start they were hoping
Nice block.
for, going 1 for 4 early.
Last game for the Spurs. They pick up the W against the Boston Celtics.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be falling.
Ball movement was superb, majestic, and they got good shots and they made them. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Butler from outside. D that time from Leonard.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony.
Get your hell out of here,
It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they fell to the Wolves. Quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Teague, the pass to Wiggins. Hands it from downtown. Wiggins has got 5.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Oh my God, get the fuck out of here.
Kevin, Greg Popovich Coach and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He feels that they haven't won in either of the 2 meetings against this team because they've been too passive on the defensive end. Not the case this time. Coach said, we're going to show them something different in this game. We'll come out and take the pressure right to them, up and down the court with our defense. We'll see if that changes their fortunes, guys.
Thanks, Doris. So defense, it looks like, coming first for them today.
That's their identity. That's what they're all about. Their defense is really what sparks it.
And that has to be their spark if they're going to be successful. I mean, everything for them starts at the defensive end of the floor.
Now, here's Green. Stats on him, he's averaging 9 points a game.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
The kick outside to Butler. But they recover it. Wiggins dishes to Butler. That falls.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out.
Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Butler's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Spurs trail by 4. Parker drives in, kicks it out to Leonard. Dishes to Green. Back to Leonard. Oh! It's not possible what we just thought. Is that
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Out of here, you cocksucker. Get the fuck out.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be. And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And Brandon Rush slams it in.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
It's stolen by Green. And here's the fast break. Butler on the way. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just... not a good play.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Yo, you like balls and baskets, don't you, bro? Get the fuck out of here.
And the Spurs making a change here. Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year. Third is Tyus Jones.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten him through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
Well, the most active hands in the league, I think, belong to those fellas right there. I mean, that is one pesky bunch of pickpockets.
Parker passes to Bertens, and it's off from three-point range. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
Get out of here!
Consecutively, because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone, because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Now here's Parker. An 11-point game for him in the win against Boston.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Now Crawford. After T.J. Warren's three-pointer that didn't go.
Get out of here.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
The Spurs making a switch here.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Aldridge. Drains the three-pointer. Aldridge has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Crawford kicks to Aldridge. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Deep 2 from Crawford. And he gets the jumper to drop. Crawford's got 6 points.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Parker outside. There's Green with the 3. And it's good on the assist by Parker. He's got 8. It's Crawford with the drive. It's stolen by Green. And that concludes the first quarter of play.
You're going to suck a dick for a minute. You're going to nibble.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And we'll get a look at how the Hustle Stat game has been going for Minnesota.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Evan Turner. He's out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Crawford at the shooting guard.
And also, if you watch him on the defensive end, you can see how tough it is to screen him off a play. I mean, he goes through it, around it, or under. He finds a way to shake off screens.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustments. Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
And in rush, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. He kicks it to Jang. Crawford outside. Rebound San Antonio. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Step back shot. Towns kicks to Crawford. No good off the front iron.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Parker dishes to Green. No good on the 3.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
It's Parker with the drive. Gasol. Foul call. Looked like that he didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
Timberwolves leading by 8. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Here's Towns. And he gets it to go. Towns has got 6 points.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Parker outside. Kicks it to Gasol. Back to Parker. Feeds it to Gay. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Parker. Teague covering. 4 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
Get the fuck out of here.
Emphatic alley-oop jam.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
God,
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Fade away. Rebound by Murray. Spurs trail by 10. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
The Timberwolves shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Murray. And while there's a break, here's a collection of the shooting guards that have made an impact with their passing this season. The leading assist men among 2 guards. Tyus Jones, 4th.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and it may often be overlooked, that skill at the shooting guard position, but if you think back on the all-time greats at that spot on the floor, they were all fantastic passers. Almost all were fantastic passers.
Ginobili with the ball. Picked up by Teague. And the foul on Cole Aldridge. That's his first foul. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Ginobili the pass to Bertans. San Antonio again missing. Timberwolves leading by 6. And Wiggins throws it down.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, that was nice.
No doubt there are assists, and then, guys, there are assists.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
And a chance to check out the numbers for Gibson. 12th in shooting percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And, you know, you mentioned it, one of the more efficient scorers in the game. He challenges defenders with his bravado and his swagger. And more often than not, he prevails.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
Some changes here for the Spurs. Aldridge is checked in, and it's Ginobili in for Kyle Anderson. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Taking a look at San Antonio. And, of course, the Spurs tied up with them. And Butler, here we go. And a missed layup. Spurs trail by 8. Murray, the pass to Bertans. Towns with the steal. And they're moving it up. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Aldridge kicks to Green. No luck. And Minnesota will come the other way. Wiggins dishes to Butler. Pass to Towns. Teague drives in. Butler.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
And it's Green missing.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Gibson with the steal. Teague, the pass to Wiggins.
And they looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
Spurs making a switch here. Spurs trail by 14. Leonard attacking. Here's Gasol. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Gasol's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Towns with it. Gasol covering. Butler, no good.
I'm not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And that one's good. Parker's got his first bucket in this one. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And Gibson, here we go. Backing down is Wiggins. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. For Minnesota, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And the Timberwolves making a change here. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Aldridge with it. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Boston. And there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist by Gasol. 7 seconds left to play here in the half. And Gibson, here we go. Gasol with the steal. No luck. And the first half is now in the books. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. It's been quite a game for Gorgie Jang.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Then there's Ginobili. And it's Aldridge in at the 4. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half. And Brandon Rush gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Timberwolves leading by 7. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Tries to keep it alive. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Gasol kicks to Ginobili. Gasol setting the pick for Ginobili. Back to Gasol. Aldridge trying to break free. No good from Gasol. Wiggins drives in. Wiggins drawn the double team. Butler kicks it out to Wiggins. Back to Butler. There's the triple. A rebound by the Spurs. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds in the game. Leonard And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to go on Tyus Jones.
And he's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those.
Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Minnesota in the lead. Teague up top, covered by Parker. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That's foul number 2 for him. Knocked loose. Wiggins inside the line. Hits the outside fadeaway. Wiggins has got 16.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Fast break, Minnesota. It's off his leg. And the officials saying it was kicked. Off the inbound. He takes it up and lays it in. Wiggins has got 4 this quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Spurs trail by 9. Gasol dishes to Green. Throws it from outside. 11 points in the game.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Back to Teague. Butler. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Leonard brings the double team. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Well, you know your low post players are going to take a lot of trips to the foul line. So it helps to have big men who can drain free throws like this group can. Minnesota making some changes. Damian Lillard's checked in for Rush. And it's Turner in for Adrian Payne. Parker passes to Bertens. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team. That's why they're ahead.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And Butler, here we go. Crawford missed inside.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Second shot opportunity. In deep. Aldridge drops it in. Aldridge has got 8.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Now, here's Green. He's got 11. It's Parker outside. Count the bucket. Now it's just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defender.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently. Second in blocks, 8th in free throw shooting, and they're in the top 10 in fewest turnovers per game. And they really do emphasize taking care of the ball.
And how about that sky-high ranking in terms of blocks per game? Sometimes that can indicate a team's allowing too many drives to the rim, but it's sure nice to have bigs who can send it away as a last resort.
Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
The activity level defensively I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And here's Jones. Manu Ginobili getting his 3 to go. Butler missing again.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And that one's good. Leonard.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
Man, I tell you, partner, this has been some fun basketball, and they don't look like they're slowing down at all. You better strap your seatbelt on here.
Crawford outside. That's good. Crawford's got 5 points in the quarter.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game. And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that team.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam?
Guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Spurs making a switch here. Gasol's checked in.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Get out of here, you cocksucker.
Aimed for the highlight reel and ended up on the blooper reel.
Crawford outside. Green with the rebound. Spurs trail by 7.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
It's Crawford with the drive.
There's no way. Get out of here. Get out of here.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Minnesota making a switch here. Brandon Rush. He's checked in for Damian Lillard. Adrian Payne comes in for Evan Turner. Gorgie Dang's checked in for Butler. And it's Aldridge in for C.J. McCollum. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Now here's Gasol. 6 points for him. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Spurs have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Here's Gibson. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. The Timberwolves on top, up 7. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And the final period of play just about to start. On the court for Minnesota, we've got Rush. Cole Aldridge is out there with Gorgie Dang. And it's Crawford at the 2-guard spot. That's good from Gasol on the assist from Leonard. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game. Wiggins drives in. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Looking at the numbers for Gorgie Dang, he has 18 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
Spurs trail by 8. Gasol kicks to Leonard. Back to Gasol. And stolen by Wiggins. Leonard with the steal. That one goes. Count.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio roll.
Get out of here. Get out. Get out.
Possession. And the Spurs making a change here. Gay's checked in. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And there's the whistle. That goes on Adrian Payne. That's his first foul. San Antonio calls timeout.
And they need a timeout, Kevin. They haven't been boxing out like they need to, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We gotta wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
All right, Doris. Good. Spurs trail by 6. Leonard attacking. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
What a game for Ginobili. He's got 16 points and 4 steals.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
Now here's Wiggins. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Crawford outside. That's good. Crawford's got 7 points here in this quarter.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
And you know, at the end of the day, Steve, you just have to respect his overall defensive acumen. I mean, it's not just one thing he does well at that end. He knows how to guard from A to Z.
Second minute off the clock now in the 4th. And that one's good by Aldridge.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
It's all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
To tie it up. Another shot. The rebound by Gibson.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses. He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And the fans clearly don't like that call.
Gave them an absolute earful.
Spurs making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. And now here comes Teague leading the break. And it's Wiggins missing.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice alley-oop.
Boy, really liked the thought on that play, but didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play. Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
Here's Leonard. San Antonio calls timeout. In for San Antonio. Green comes in for Dwayne Dedman. Minnesota on D. They've led by as many as 14 points. He dishes it to Green. Aldridge with a screen on Teague. Shot clock at 6. Ginobili, that's for 2. And another basket for San Antonio.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
And really all the momentum is theirs, making such a strong comeback. So I think you've got to really feel good about their chances the rest of the way.
And the Timberwolves call time. Checked in for San Antonio. Minnesota's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. It's stolen by Green. They get a hand on it. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Crawford leading the charge. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Teague with the ball. And the Spurs pushing it up now. And the dunk by Aldridge. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Spurs.
Oh! Hang time on that rim. Puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game. And those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
And so it's San Antonio with it after the basket by Minnesota. And good on the basket. Book it. That's 7 points for T.J. Warren.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. Here's Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 6 assists in the game. Wiggins drives in. Great D that time from Green. Spurs leading by 5. Leonard with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. Bertines passes to Leonard. And Porky Jang is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Outside Leonard. Down low. Bertines. Aldridge, the pass to Bertines. From down in the low post, it goes. Now it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
And stolen by Aldridge. Ball.
You got beat. You lost. I was down by 14. You trashed.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Leonard against Wiggins. There's 42 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. So the first one drops in that.
That's a fucking 12-game win streak.
Stretches their lead to 8. Butler, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 9. There's 42 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Substitution now for Minnesota. Damian Lillard, he's checked in for Rush. Turner comes in for Adrian Payne. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Gorgie Dang. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Cole Aldrich. San Antonio calls timeout. They're in front by 9. 36 seconds left in the game.
Gave up a 14-point lead. You're whack. Couldn't close it out. Nice try.
And the Spurs with possession. And there's the foul. It goes on Evan Turner. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Both
Perfect 15.
free throws good from Ginobili. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul. No good on the free throw. And he does get the second one. And that brings them to within 10. San Antonio's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And he commits the intentional foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Simply delaying the inevitable here, Greg. I mean, at this point, even if they miss the free throws, there's not enough time left.
Both free throws good from Green.
You're done. You're embarrassed. The comeback is real.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're down by 12. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And look, this one's out of reach. I don't know what they're
done,
thinking
bro.
with
You
this
lost.
timeout.
Neither do I. I mean, maybe they're going over their plans for after the game. Who knows? But let's just get out of here.
Yep, it's happening. You're going on YouTube, bro. Fuck you. Get out. Get the fuck out. Kawhi was the player of the game. Absolutely. Getting closer to 100 wins. 3 wins away.